Well, Slark is going to be the last pick for TNC Pro Team, that slippery little devil that can be a problem. They have a lot of AoE disable for him, though, which could be a little bit of an issue as well. Disruptor pretty great, but going to get ready to hop into the draft, or hop into the game, rather. Got the safe lanes relatively even in farm, maybe Juggernaut a tad behind. Mid lane is very even as well, although Invoker does have 8 denies to the 1 of the Alk. And then both off lanes.
They're going for it up top. Velo will get caught by the pounce at least, but we'll see the Frostbite follow up. And it's just going to be, again, more stats stolen. But the Sunstrike might change the equation.
Dodge, but, well, he still ends up going down. He's running in circles there for a little while.
Damage time for your opponents. But Onyx actually had a healing salve canceled on bottom and hasn't skilled up healing ward yet. So it's actually going to be a great time for TNC to get aggressive bottom.
Yeah, that was a brilliant play. Just a quick Illuminate before he could get anything off. Might have been able to Blade Fury away from it, but didn't respond in time. Boy. And now some more damage now onto Crimson, but...
this trial lane's not working out the way they wanted to. And actually, he's not being able to into Illuminate necessarily. Crimson will get clipped by it. But Sam H is actually going to be the one going down. Oh my gosh, he survives.
They have the
Tango regen.
Yeah, they got
him.
And
that's still a trade. Like, this 2v3 laning setup is actually making it so that the Juggernaut cannot farm nearly as freely as he'd like to.
Looks like they're even thinking about getting aggressive again onto Sam H. So, it'll be a tough kill.
Yeah, higher levels and glimpse will enable you to really find that opening a lot better, but you don't have the kinetic. I was just going to go 1-1, and that should be enough.
Alright, they're on top of him. Still has 4 stick charges. Doesn't use an abuse.
You get like your level 2 Chemical Rage and your Armlet, and this hero becomes extremely tanky, extremely difficult to bring down, and of course, he's just going to continue to farm faster than you. But they do have their own clock in mind. They already have a pretty good plan of action when the Slark gets his first key item. And they're actually going for a dive down bottom.
Oh my god, Sunstrike coming in a little bit off the mark. They do have the Illuminate though, and that's going to secure the kill. Unfortunately, this might end up being the death of the Brewmaster. Nonetheless, trying to TP out. Is it going to be enough? No, he falls. So 9 minutes into it, you can see it's to the lead of TNC by almost 2,000 net worth and experience. They're going to wrap around now, try and find this kill onto Velo. Pops the ulti, and actually is going to be contained still. The Sunstrike a little bit off the mark, and well, they're able to turn it. The double edge onto the creep. Huge play.
Yeah, that's so sick. Being able to get it just on a creep to the side there is exactly what they needed to do.
All right, if you guys are wanting to deal with Slark in your pubs, go pick Centaur and just do it every time. I mean,
go put enemy creeps right next to your Shadow Dance Slark at 100 HP.
There you go.
Plan that out. Put the chess pieces in play. You can be just like a pro.
You can do it, I believe.
Oh, actually, very nice blinding light. That's a freebie.
Now push him back. There's a glimpse away, but it's not going to end up mounting to anything. They brought in 4 for this, and it should be a pretty easy tower. The recall, of course, making it all the easier for Cuckoo to get involved.
Yeah. Geek fam, they just want to take towers for the gold gain aspect of it. It's TNC that want to take towers for the map aspect of it. Raven has to know that he's being stalked, but doesn't get the Dark Pact down in time, and is going to be caught
Running into some issues. They're going to smoke and try and find a kill. Blink Dagger, be able to get on top of this Brewmaster. Sam H, they reveal him, jump, crush.
Oh, very close.
Doesn't quite get it off, and they stack it beautifully. They get
But Geek fam are ready as well, and we might just see them cross pass immediately.
Oh my god, if they could find Onyx at the start of this, it would be a huge pick-off, taking away all of that damage. But they also just finished off the Radiance on the Alchemist. He is there with it in hand. They're going on top of Onyx, the Shadow Blade for the initiation, if they wanted to go for it.
They can't do this. He's got the spin.
Oh, the spin immediately out of there. Now they're in trouble. They have the Stampede if they wanted to go for it. Could cancel the TP. Onyx actually TP's out. And now a little bit of a rough display, but it doesn't matter. The Radiance is there. All of the right click is coming in. And they get the Omni Slash as well onto Tim's. Well, the Glimpse pulling him back in. Yeah. That is Meteor, which is pretty decent. It doesn't look like it's going to end up mattering. They have the dust. They have everything. And in spite of the Juggernaut TPing away...
So he actually TP'd at tier 1,
okay.
So he didn't go very far at all. He did kind of pull himself back about a Blink Dagger's width away, but it didn't take him out of the fight, and that's the important thing.
Well, if we do end up getting into a later stage, though, we talked about this in the last game a little bit, it does feel like you maybe turn around a couple of fights with an Invoker ulti. Oh wait, we don't need to hold that thought because they're going in. A big old initiation. They're on top of the Disruptor. He already got the ulti off, but it's not onto anybody. And now Raven trying to chase, trying to find that kill. Can't quite get on top of him. Crimson creating a ton of space right now, and the Omni Slash has already taken down the CM. Looking for more. Oh, TNC, they are crumbling here. They take down the Invoker as well. They've only been able to take down the Brew. Oh, and it's going to break the TP as well. They know it's there. They're on top of him. They're all over him. And another kill going the way of Geek Fam. They are not going to be denied.
No, in this position, it does look like it is going to be Geek Fam kind of having to hold back a little bit, losing on that item pickup, and we're going to be seeing Sionix try to spin away. Didn't TP immediately for some reason, and just relying on the Stampede to try to get him out.
This is a very awkward situation now. Lifted up, they're trying to get in here to turn the fight, but the CM ulti is already out, and TNC, they're actually going to be able to turn this completely around. They get the deafening blast in the midst of the stun, but there's the epicenter to turn it. They're on top of him. So much damage. Raven thinking about going back in. Alacrity wears off, but Crimson is going to fall from that one. 3 are dead for TNC, but they burn through the Aegis. And they managed to take down the Alk on top. You got to go for that burst strike. There's no ways about it.
There's so many Sam team players crying at the opportunity lost. I mean, it's like, nobody blames you for missing the burst strike. It's blind, it's in the trees.
Yeah.
Just try. It's worth 140 mana. But we'll see Stampede forward. Actually, going to be Slark in a bit of a rough spot. No BKB, and he gets glimpsed back into the Static Storm. And that should be his death.
Taking him down. Teehee on the other side is able to kill off Rior, so that is 2 dead. And showing
top lane.
Are they
There's the Alacrity.
Oh my god.
The glyph originally. That's a pretty decent counterplay, but Alacrity lasts so long
Oh my god.
that it doesn't matter.
They're actually doing it. They are actually making it happen. Oh my god, it's so frustrating to deal with here. I'm sure it does look like the Brew might end up dying from this, and yeah, it's going to pop the BKB, go for the TP.
Right. They can do that all day.
They're really making it happen. It's making it a little bit more difficult than it might otherwise be.
They're already just in a great position here. Actually, the attempt to go here on the Coddle. Nice double force staff's going to be able to get him out. And now Second Velo, who has no Stampede and really no answer.
Sionix on top of him. The CM ulti is over in the trees. It's not even that many to go for a TP. All right, that was, I don't think, the play necessarily. Very awkward situation. On top of Velo, though, BKB pop for Slug, trying to bring him down. Not quite there, and they also are on top of Cuckoo. Not able to get out with the Ghostwalk or anything else, and so they end up taking the Invoker down. Meanwhile, trying to chase now onto the Slark. It's not quite going to be there. It does get a little bit of the epicenter pulses off on him, while we do see the Brewmaster soon to fall as well, I believe. Well, they missed the Burrow Strike also, pulling him back in. He gets his ulti off now and should be able to run. All right, cue the Benny Hill music. This is silliness that we're seeing.
Yeah, but how long can you really drag this thing out? We're going to see. They don't want to kill the Earth Panda, by the way. The Fire Panda will enable the escape, so they have to wait it out and they have to cancel the Blink Dagger. Acid Spray is not available. They're just going to try to spin on top of it, and they will make sure he can't blink away. So it does extend the fight as long as they need it to, but in the end, still, you're going to continue to see these kill numbers. Right now, TNC are actually in an okay position in terms of structural damage. Just these fights that they kind of have to stop the bleeding on.
And Rior is probably going to end up falling here as well. They get another one. The pings came out, by the way, for high ground. So Geek Fam, they've had enough of the tier 2 towers. They just want to go straight up for high ground. Secure maybe the shrine taking as well for themselves. Definitely blast a little bit off the mark there. But
the Aegis still should be up for a couple more minutes here, so they definitely want to commit and at least use the Aegis to its full effect.
Raven cutting creep waves as well.
Yeah, the Coddle burns out all but the Siege Creep, and this hero's Siege Creep is going to have to do a lot. Nobody's here to dominate it or anything, so it looks like it is going to stick around and it is going to allow them to break through the barracks.
All right, there you go. Nicely played. Slark is going to push in bottom lane maybe. No, he's going to actually end up TPing back. So they decide they have to fight. They don't have Brew.
Oh, wow.
On top of all of them. Omni Slash, the Static Storm, it's all going wrong. Raven barely gets his BKB off before he ends up getting dropped, and it does look like he might be able to keep them back, but can the Slark alone really hold this? I don't think so.
Well, that's Disarm coming out. They're not going to be able to finish off the melee racks, but they got the range, and they should be able to just get out. No, they're going in again.
Trying to take it. Never give up, never surrender. Meanwhile, Rior trying to find a kill. Sunstrike a little bit off the mark as the pushback came. That's the Aegis down. Velo now trying to take down Raven. It's not quite there. The Shrine's keeping them alive. They're really desperately fully committing for this barracks here, and it does look like they are going to get it.
Yeah, no Drunken Haze in place, so they don't have to worry about that anymore. They will be able to finish off the barracks and then TP back without losing anything. No Basher on the Slark.
Too soon. All right, Disruptor gets his Aghanims ulti. He's going to have it now. And with buyback status there, Invoker has it, Coddle has it, and Juggernaut has it. They're looking to take this fight. Oh my god, if they get caught by an Agh's ulti right here, this would be disastrous. And he's on top of the disruptor. They managed to burn through him before he can get anything off, and now looking for more. The Burrow Strike only connects onto one, but they have been able to control the Brewmaster for the moment. He doesn't get the ulti off. No buyback for him, so he can't get back into this fight. And, well, the meatball dropped. It's not really doing a whole heck of a lot. They have been able to kill off Sionix, though. That's 1,000 gold to Tim's. Geek fam trying to find us. The Burrow Strike might be able to be enough. They're trying to kill him off. Doesn't look like Cuckoo's going to be able to escape, but Raven has just been a monster. 40 stacks right now of Essence Shift, and it's only going to keep going up.
Oh, boy.
4 dead. And the Burrow looked good, but it was not enough at the end of the day.
It's a really good mechanic for when you're ahead in the game, because you can always follow it up with just a good fight if they commit too heavily to it.
Yeah. Oh, and actually, the Alchemist isn't here either. So maybe a bit of a scary position to be in.
He'll always be just a click away, though, with the BOT that's level 2.
Maybe just waiting also for the next daytime could be the play. All right, no, they're just going to go in. Sam H is there. They're hitting. They got the Alacrity. They lift up as well on the Juggernaut. And, well, maybe this is a little bit of a scary time. The right click's coming through, and they get the Abyssal. He's not going to be able to take down these barracks off the back of this.
Yeah, but they've still committed so much to it. They got the glyph out of it. They got almost half the barracks. Yeah, it's like an 80-second cooldown. They can rinse and repeat. It takes a while, but they'll do it again. Up top, though,
Raven ends up getting a little bit too far forward.
Not sure about that one.
Oh my god, and now, well, the Hex is down there onto Centaur, but they need to get out. This could actually end up terribly for them. Geek fam in a decent position, and, well, might even be able to get the Burrow Strike out on top of Sam H to bring him back in.
He had no TP. It's in his backpack. He's actually going to swap over to the Chiefs, try to blink out, but we've seen them cancel it multiple times. They will do so again with the Sandstorm, and that's going to be the death of the Brewmaster.
And Poker forced to just BKB and TP out.
And I mean, I'm not even sure what items would enable the Brewmaster to do that much more. Of course, he'll want the Assault Cross, and then he wants level 25 to get the armor on his Brewlings. But that's about it.
Now, Sand King running away a little piggy. He's going to get caught now and tries his BKB to get out of there.
He's actually fine.
Oh, Sunstrike? Already been used, I assume?
Yeah, I believe so. In either case, he's distracted for up top where, yeah, they're just going to be able to close in really hard.
Tornado a little bit off the mark. Teehee, he's on top of Cuckoo right now. Pops the Shrine, so not going to have that for the rest of the engagement. This Sheepstick is available. Bottom lane.
Earth Spirit going in.
They're trying to make it happen. Not sure if it's going to be enough, though. Raven on top of that Juggernaut. He's spinning, but he should end up falling to this one if they can manage to string it together. Teehee pops his BKB as well. Cuckoo pops his. The Deafening Blast, again, not the greatest in the world. Bottom lane is still pushing in, and they're able to take down the melee barracks, trying to take out the mid-tier 3 as well. Fight is going to continue off to the side here as Disruptor dies. But that might be the extent of it.
The Earth Spirit just takes the entire bottom lane. The Brewmaster is just able to clean it up, no problem at all. And in their retreat, Geek fam lose out up top as well. Sure, they take the melee racks in the top lane, and they still have that mid lane gone, but this is a real edge for TNC, with the Brewmaster just being able to do whatever he wants.
We did also end up getting an Aghanim Scepter completed on the Sand King, it's worth noting, so a couple of those bigger class items are up, but as you mentioned, that also does mean that we're not seeing those right-click damage dealing items for Teehee, who's going to get caught now. 4th Staff of the Burrow Strike connects onto the Coddle. Another 4th Staff from the CM, keeping this Coddle alive. Glimmer Cape, but yeah, they're on top of him. They found that kill. Top lane, it's going to be the Alacrity shenanigans.
There's no glyph.
There's nothing to stop this, and they get the lift up on the Jug as well. They are not going to have this melee barracks for long. Are probably going to be able to get the ranged as well, although they are controlling this Invoker for the moment. Pox's BKB decides to run. Could go in for the finish and maybe even another round of this if they want to throw Alacrity out. Over on the south side of the fight, Teehee trying to get something done for this team, but he can't lock down Raven. The long duration leash from that level 25 talent on Slark doing work, and well, Icewall a little bit off the mark over here in the north. They were finally able to bring down that Brewmaster, but Teehee left alone, he might be able to bring down Rior. That leash is just so frustrating to deal with, and Icewall to boot. That's a sad life right now for Teehee.
Rat Dota is alive and well here in Geek Fam versus TNC. It's going to be them trying to finish off.
What? He walked into this. Oh, he walked into the sentry. Oh no, that really hurts. I thought he was going to get out of there for a moment, and now Raven, they went back in only for one tornado liftoff. He's going to end up dropping as well. TNC, you had this game. What's going on?
I mean, they had themselves in such a good position, and then they just end up losing 2 heroes. The Pounce will not get him away, and he doesn't have a BKB anymore. So he will, there's nowhere to run, there's nowhere to hide. This is an Aghanim Sandcake to burrow across the screen. And yeah, they end up losing 2 core heroes. The question is, whether Geek Fam can get down the mid lane fast enough to get buybacks out. They have to, right?
This is, I'm sure, infuriating for Geek Fam right now. You look at the kill score, you look at the way that this game has progressed, and the Brewmaster Invoker combination proving you don't even necessarily have to be in the lead for it to end up working out. Geek Fam has been leading this entire game in net worth and in experience. It's just, you know, the Rat Dota 2. It's all you need.
Yeah, I mean, there was a point in time when, like, Octarine Core was pretty recent, and the Agnum Scepter effect for Nature's Prophet was at its strongest, where you just hit a critical mass, you're like, I have these items, and you don't have heroes to deal with it. Well, they don't have enough physical single target damage to deal with this Brewmaster strat, and it is this Rat Dota critical mass that you can see coming and you still can't deal with. But we're going to see a great double burrow, kinetic static, but they don't get him in it.
Oh,
He's
no.
able to slip out, get out just long enough to pop his BKB, and then can't be glimpsed back in, and now they'll turn.
Well, another Tornado Meatball is going to be dropped. Definitely Blast as well. That is Disruptor very low. Not dead as of yet. Burrow Strike away before the Sunstrike comes. And it looks like with that BKB CM ulti, it is not going to actually do anything. So, ulti's down, but Geek Fam, I mean, they held off. They didn't end up pushing in. Now you've got another combination that can come out soon. Mana Leak now down onto that Centaur. He pops his BKB, turns to run and fight. They'll still be able to chase this for a little while. And
and they actually are going to get him.
He didn't TP right away. I guess that it was either coming out of his backpack or something.
Either way. He gets a pistol either way. So he is guaranteed dead at that point. They have to fight it now. They'll try for a good stun combo, but...
Oh, he blinks out, actually. But this is also going to be the Alchemist in some trouble. And, well, maybe going to end up falling here on the south side. Velo's still out. Omni. Well, it's going to be used now onto Raven, but it's not sure if it's going to be enough. They do take down one almost. No! Cuckoo, he's away on nothing. He ends up dying in the acid spray. The stun, Velo, who should have been dead a long time ago, possibly going to bring down Raven. They get the stun. The vision is going to be there as well. Triple kill. They all have buyback.
And there's going to be Crystal Maiden trying to run away on the northeastern front. He's actually able to juke it out well enough with the Glimmer Cape, and the fact that Sand King doesn't have detection. But now, the buybacks that they weren't able to force out earlier are coming out, and it should be both Slark and Invoker here. So while they had 4 buybacks, they should be down to 2, and we'll see how this secondary fight breaks down.
54 minutes in the game, the definition of back and forth, and possibly going to be able to finish this one off in short order. Another Tornado, a little bit off the mark there. Nice force staff play by Velo.
And they now know that if they kill Slark or Invoker, they can't come back into the fight, and that might be enough for them to tip the scales and close this one out for good.
The other thing that we got to keep in mind is that pretty much everybody on the Radiant is almost at that level 25, whereas TNC a little bit behind in terms of the experience that they've got. A couple of key ones we've already seen, the Slark leash definitely being a factor. But Cuckoo, is he going to be the first one that they find? They instead, off the side, they cancel the TP of Cuckoo. And the Tornado going to lift up onto one. Tim's is already down. The chase is going to go through now. And Sam H pops his BKB already. Hasn't gone in. The CM ulti, not sure if it's going to be enough. And, well, it looks like off the back of this Teehee in some trouble. Maybe he's getting the regen. Static Storm Disruptor is not really doing that much either. Omni Slash now down, going to be able to connect onto Raven, but it's still not bringing him low enough. So nobody dead as of yet. The Burrow Strike through, trying to kill off Raven. There's 4 around him. Definitely blasting the pushback. The Blinding Light making a good work of all of it. They buy back on the Disruptor. He needs to get back into the spray. Raji trying to run away. Teehee out of mana, and now Raven's on top from Raven. A ton of Essence Shift about to be into his pocket. They do have buyback on the Alchemist, but this should secure them Roshan.
So in this position, they can hold, and they could make a Mega Creep comeback, but it makes it so much less likely because your options are limited, and the gold and experience that you gain from the waves is even less.
So I guess the idea here is they pop the Brew split and going to go in for it is that they can't fully commit for this. If they lose a fight off the back of it, you might end up losing the game, even if you get Megas.
Yeah, they have to wait for the Alchemist.
All right, stun there onto Raven. Sionix, they're trying to take him down and kill off this Brew Panda. Alacrity is back onto him again, the lift up from him, and the Burrow Strike now down onto Keeper of the Light. All of the heals coming in from these Illuminates. The Tornado is going to lift up the Sand King. Already, the melees are down, and TNC playing it safe.
They don't get anything out of it.
They're just backing out.
Not a damn thing. It's going to be the melee Rex going down in mid. There's one building that cannot regenerate, and they're going for the fight.
All right, Omni Slash there, though. It's going to maybe be able to bring down the Invoker. If they can find that kill, that's a huge one. 2 minutes, no Invoker. Disruptor ulti is down as well. Reor is dead. That's Jim on the ground. They have the Epicenter on top of Raven. They're on top of as well. Sionix, can they kill him off? There's still focus right here in the base. Sam H trying to make it happen. It's not going to happen. Sionix, triple kill for him, and there is no buyback on the Invoker.
Why did they go back in? They could have just walked away with that, waited for the brew split again, and just walked over this game. And instead they commit. They think they've got an opportunity with the tornado. They do it, and yet their 5-man is still weaker. Like, when it's a fair fight, no matter how long the fight could go, you just can't be certain about anything. We're going to see them jump on the Juggernaut here. Nice little Hex coming against him. He's going to be able to spin away, though, and now Rodkey's got his back. Nice Yules. Focus on the Coddle. It's going to be a kill here. And now Raven is out of options, has to BKB, and still, again, doesn't have a TP scroll.
I mean, he has the Aegis. They might just burn through it right here, honestly. He's getting chased down. Burrow Strike dead.
He's got Shadow Dance, he's got BKB.
He doesn't have a TP though.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, I mean,
oh no, they stunned him. The right clicks, he's coming through. He tries to pounce away. TNC, what have you done? You've thrown it all away. They didn't even get megas off of it. That was the thing. It's like you fully, in quotation marks, commit for the barracks, but you don't even get the mega creeps. And then you go back in a second time, and now Rapier is on the deck. Geek fam have had enough.
Well, it's time to party. 2 critical errors. One that wasn't punished, but this one very well maybe, as they're going for the throne.
Geek fam, in spite of all of the craziness.
Radiant base, the Brewmaster will be able to take down the range racks. That is mega creeps. But at what cost if this is going to be the game decider right here?
70 seconds, no Slark. They need to finish it off somehow. Maybe Invoker ends up TPing down there and tries to throw the Alacrity on, but not sure if it's going to end up being enough. They're hitting away. Hex now onto the Alchemist. Brewmaster, he is not going to be able to do enough damage in the bottom lane, and they have their eyes on the prize. BKB is popped. He wants to finish this one off to the best of his abilities. They have that Disruptor ulti down on top of one, but he continues his spree, and, well, the Frostbite, they're taking it away. Can they somehow hold on to this? The blinding right
Slark
push
back in 5 seconds. Slark can buy back here. If he can just get in, they need a little bit more
control. All right, he buys back. No, gets in there. It's not going to happen. Geek fam are going to take it. GG is called, and an upset that probably a lot of people wouldn't have seen. Geek fam somehow end up able to finish the
follow up, and it's just going to be, again, more stats stolen, but a Sunstrike might change the equation.
Dodge, but, well, he still ends up going down. He's running in circles there for a little while.
Damage time for your opponents, but Ionix actually had a healing salve canceled on bottom and hasn't skilled up healing ward yet, so it's actually going to be a great time for TNC to get aggressive bottom. Yeah, that was a brilliant play, just a quick Illuminate before he could get anything off. Might have been able to Blade Fury away from it, but didn't respond in time, boy. And now some more damage now onto Crimson, but this trial line's not working out the way they wanted to, and actually, he's not being able to.
Well, Slark is going to be the last pick for TNC Pro Team. That slippery little devil that can be a problem. They have a lot of AoE disable for him, though, which could be a little bit of an issue as well. Disruptor pretty great, but going to get ready to hop into the draft, or hop into the game, rather. Got the safe lanes relatively even in farm, maybe Juggernaut a tad behind. Mid lane is very even as well, although Invoker does have 8 denies to the 1 of the Alk. And then both off lanes.
They're going for it up top. Velo will get caught by the pounce at least, but we'll see the Frostbite.
Might end up being the death of the Brewmaster, nonetheless, trying to TP out. Is it going to be enough? No! He falls. So 9 minutes into it, you can see it's to the lead of TNC by almost 2,000 net worth and experience. They're going to wrap around now, try and find this kill onto Velo. Pops the ulti, and actually is going to be contained still. The Sunstrike a little bit off the mark, and, well, they're able to turn it. The double edge onto the creep. Huge play.
Yeah, that's so sick. Being able to get it just on a creep to the side there is exactly what they needed to do. Not illuminate necessarily. Crimson will get clipped by it, but Sam H is actually going to be the one going down. Oh my gosh, he survives.
They have the
Tango regen.
Yeah, they got
him. That's still a trade. Like, this 2v3 laning setup is actually making it so that the Juggernaut cannot farm nearly as freely as he'd like to.
Looks like they're even thinking about getting aggressive again onto Sam H. So, it'll be a tough kill.
Yeah, higher levels and glimpse will enable you to really find that opening a lot better, but you don't have the kinetic. I was just going to go 1-1, and that should be enough.
Alright, they're on top of them. Still has 4 stick charges. Doesn't use an abuse.
You get like your level 2 chemical rage and your armlet, and this hero becomes extremely tanky, extremely difficult to bring down, and of course, he's just going to continue to farm faster than you. But they do have their own clock in mind. They already have a pretty good plan of action when the Slark gets his first key item. And they're actually going for a dive down
Oh
bottom.
my god, Sunstrike coming in a little bit off the mark. They do have the Illuminate though, and that's going to secure the kill. Unfortunately,